Good morning. I want to do a verse to you from my hard language, the Com language. I didn't speak any other language until I was age 7. And let me let you have an opportunity to hear another tongue from Central Africa, the Com language of Cameroon, spoken by about 300,000 people. Bom ta fini feneng kong mei galemve atumwai mei mo to nankel naluta beminom da seng mei o le fang tukfo mutilena keli chize le mewi. Amen. But I'm going to share to you a story about a local seminary in Cameroon, the Cameroon Baptist Theological Seminary. It was founded in the mid-1960s by the North American Baptist missionaries to be able to train Cameroonians to man the services in the church. The church had just been implanted in Cameroon, and there was a great need for Cameroonians to be able to learn to rightly divide the word of truth. And this seminary was founded in an area where the church was localized, 500 kilometers away from the capital city. And at the time that they were founding this seminary, it was for a spiritual need. And that spiritual need was to have people who will serve in the churches. But soon it was discovered that once pastors were in this area, and a malaria endemic area, they were distracted from their studies because they often fall ill with malaria. And so there was a need to have a medical infrastructure in the area to be able to cater for these student pastors. And that was how the whole district in this area came to be. But there was also another need because student pastors came with their families and their children were distracted. They didn't have a place to study. So there was a need for a primary school and a secondary school. And this is how the church also saw the need that they will need to have a primary school and a secondary school in this area. But yet, there were other needs because their wives were seated at home, they were bored while their husbands studied, and there was the need to introduce part of the curriculum in the school that will cater for the wives of the student pastors. And the curriculum was designed in a way that it will help these women to be able to attend to some social needs in the church and social needs in the community and in the area in where their husbands were serving. So this spiritual need gave birth to a lot of other social needs. At the time, it was just a spiritual need. But the local population benefited much from this. They sent their students, their children to these schools. They sent the women who had all along been wanting to have a market that will be able for them to provide, to sell their crops. They now had a local market around the place. And the government gave considerable attention to this area, an area that the government had ignored for quite some time. The road was impassable in the rainy season, but it now became obligatory for the government to look and to consider making this road accessible during the rainy season. But the well-being of this school was threatened, and threatened by the question of who accredits this school. And this question threatened this school because when they grew and they began to offer certificates up to a master's level, and the students that were leaving this school wanted to study in other schools across the continent and in the world, the problem of accreditation came to being. And the well-being of this school was threatened. But now it wasn't just the problem of the Cameroon Baptist Convention. The community didn't want this school in any way to dwindle. So it became a problem of the community. They wanted to find out what is it that we can do in order to have this school stay with us. And there were other local partners, stakeholders, and SIL and the local Wycliffe organization also sought to know, well, how can we come on board? How can we help you so that you get your accreditation, so that our translation degree program that is in your school should stay afloat? So it became a joint effort of all of these stakeholders seeking to see how the school will be accredited. And just last year, because of this synergy of action, they were able to have some accreditation from ACTIA. And what is the point of this story to me? The point is, at the time that the school was being incepted, it was just one need. It was just a spiritual need. The people could only see the spiritual need of having pastors being trained. But once the school was existing, there were other needs that cropped up. And the school, the very being of the school now has given birth to a well-nurtured community, and this remote village area has now become an urban area, and there is a lot of transformation that has happened in different spheres just because of the existence of this school in this area. So the point of the story is, you have a vision, and once that vision is released, there are other elements of the vision that come to being to fine-tune that vision and to bring about transformation to quite a community of people that you never thought about. And now it is this community that says, this is our school. This is not just the school of the Cameroon Baptist Convention. This is our school. Thank you.